All right,
Alright,
they
go
do
ahead,
like
debate,
they do
nigga.
like
Come
10,
on.
15 minutes max or something, so we don't waste
Val, if
King
I hear
Flow's
you say
time.
one of my fucking shits, I'm gonna get fucking mad. Go ahead.
All right. Debate started. I'm muted.
Wait, you said if I use one of your shit? No, now
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to
get
use it. All right.
nigga. Your
Yeah,
debate
now
started.
I'm going to use it. No, now I'm going to use it. All right. Yeah, Kiki, right? Your argument presupposes the Aristotelian style of argumentation, so you go ahead and cast it out.
Fucking god, bro.
You
Yeah, you
go ahead
cannot be
and cast
serious.
out the Aristotelian style of argumentation. Go ahead.
I want some like actually honest debates, but
Go
I'm
ahead.
not gonna do
I
this
mean, I
right
don't
now.
I don't hold to like premises that lead up to conclusions in this like sort of classical format. I don't hold to inference rules. That's why. But your argument
Okay.
seems to hinge on them and presuppose them for its validity and for its soundness,
Okay.
which
We
are
don't
also
even
terms that
like
are irritating of classical
obviously this
logic.
guy's
So
just being like dishonest. We're not gonna do this if he's just gonna be like this dishonest. He's actually just like smiling on it too, like just knowing he's gotta dodge the debate.
I actually
It actually just
Those
doesn't
are my
matter.
actual views. I don't know why this, bro.
Like we could like do you just wanna like
no, the
accept
thing
the
is, I actually don't hold to it, bro. Like, but that's not necessary. Okay, you know what? I wouldn't do it. I won't. Don't worry.
alright man. So do you wanna like I don't know, reject the premise or
Yeah.
something?
What inference rule does the argument follow?
I think there's like a couple inference rules. I mean I could like pull the I mean I sent the arg already, but I can like copy and paste it again. I mean it's like obviously valid if you like look through
I'm just.
I mean, it doesn't seem like it's obviously
I'm
valid.
it
gonna
has the it has a
Off of the
similar it has like the same structure as like this other popular fine tuning argument. So I mean it's obviously
It's
valid.
perfectly fine. It doesn't really matter, right? Because I could just hold to it being the case that that fine-tuning argument is invalid, right? Because you need to name an inference rule. Otherwise, your argument is just going to be obviously invalid, right? Within the context of the debate,
Uh,
because it cannot be
if you
demonstrated as valid.
if you can't name an inference rule, then your argument's invalid.
I said if you can't name your inference rule, then obviously the argument is going to be taken as invalid within the answer sample space because it has not been demonstrated as valid and the validity has been put into question.
Do you think arguments only have one inference rule?
I don't think arguments only have one inference rule. I'm asking you to name the inference rule or the inference rules if you wanted it to be like plural that your argument uses, right? But obviously it seems like it only uses one inference rule, considering that there is only one conclusion, unless you're trying to say that it uses some sort of hybrid of inference rules, right? Because if that's the case, then you just need to justify the hybrid as something which actually accurately preserves validity.
I mean, like we could pull it up on I don't know, like something. I mean, we could write down like logical notation, like find out the inference rules if you really want. Like,
Logical notation.
do you want us to do that or something? Like,
I mean, you could try, because like the way I'm seeing it, it doesn't look like the argument is valid at all.
how?
I mean, P1 just establishes a bunch of nonsense. There is no conditional. P1 is just a
What?
statement. It doesn't really entail anything.
Yeah, P1 is a statement. That's true of like every proposition.
No, I said it's just a statement. P2 is also just a statement. Doesn't really entail anything. There are no conditionals within the argument. So there is no like sort of logically derived
Okay.
consequence from any of the premises. They're just a bunch of
Okay.
statements.
Does there have to be conditional in order for the argument to be valid? Does there have to be conditional in order for the argument to be valid?
When most of the time this is going to or used in the case of like
That's not an answer. That's not an answer. That's not an answer. All right. Now you're just like going on a whole like brooding streak. All right, let's get an answer to my question. Let's please get an answer to my question. Thank you. Do you remember my question?
I did give you an answer. I gave you an answer.
Okay, what was my question? What was my question? What's my question?
Why don't you recapitulate your question to you if I already gave you an answer?
Yeah.
Can you give me the answer I gave you? Can
Oh,
you give me
you
the
don't
answer I
remember my
gave you?
question? You don't remember my question?
No, I remember your question perfectly. Can you give me the answer I gave you?
What is it? What is it?
I don't need to give it to you because I'm already. You know what? Listen to me, bro.
You don't need to. Well, I mean, obviously, if
Or-
you do give me my question, if you read it in my
I
question,
don't need to because
then
obviously
obviously
I
it
hold
shows
to
that
it
you're
being the
correct.
case I already answered
You
your
know,
question. You hold to it not being the case that I asked
when
the
you don't
question.
reiterate my
Therefore, you
question,
can try
the
to give.
question
Oh my
is
god,
actually very simple. My question is actually very
this guy's.
simple. I'll repeat it to you since you weren't tracking. All right, is that fine?
I did give you an answer to the question. Obviously, oh my god, this
Oh,
guy's a retard.
which
But
question? Which
you
question?
can go ahead and try to repeat
Which
your
question?
question, and then we can just conclude.
Oh,
And
you
I'll
need to
give my
repeat it.
closing
You need me
statement.
to repeat it.
I don't need you to repeat it. You said you wanted
You
to
said I
repeat
can
it,
go
so I
ahead
said
and
you.
repeat it.
I said you could go
Why would
ahead,
I
and then we
need
can
to
move to
repeat it if
conclusions
you
because you
remember it?
wanted to. I never
Why
said
would
you
I need
needed
to
to.
repeat it if you remember it?
Wait. You said
Hey,
yourself that what
Val,
I said
holy
is that
shit,
you could
this is
go
just
ahead to.
another
So when
dodge.
did I say that you
Why
need
would I
to?
need to repeat it if you
My god,
remember
this
it,
guy's
Val?
so confused. Well, you know what? You
Okay,
don't need to. Let's conclude.
okay, yeah, let's just
Let's
dodge
conclude,
more
please.
questions. Let's just dodge
No,
more
let's
questions.
conclude, please.
This looks
Let's
good on you.
conclude.
Yeah, I'm sure you want
Let's
to
conclude.
conclude. I'm
Let's
sure you want to
conclude,
conclude.
bro.
You don't,
Let's conclude. Let's give our
you want to
closing
keep yourself from
statements.
getting blown the fuck out even more.
Let's
All
give
right,
our closing
yeah,
statements and
okay,
appeal to flow
okay,
as
that's
a
fine, that's fine. Go ahead, give your closing, bro.
All right, yeah. So, obviously the retard putting past, right? He asked me whether or not I hold to it being the case that conditionals are going to be required, for a conclusion to follow from the premises. I said no, of course not. Right? It's not necessarily the case, right? Because you could have, for example, some hypothetical inference. So I'm not going to name any, because I can think of any from the top of my head. You can have some inference that doesn't rely on like a conditional within one of the premises to establish the conclusion. And that would be perfectly fine. But the thing is, you never named an inference rule. All you stated was that, oh, well, the argument is obviously valid. We can put it in logical notation. And then I just told you my seemings, right? That seemingly the argument doesn't actually establish any sort of correlation between the premises and the conclusion. It's just a bunch of disconnected statements. Right. And so it doesn't actually prove anything. And if you can't name an inference rule, that would just be the case that the validity of the argument that was put into question was not successfully demonstrated. Therefore, you would just trivially lose because you cannot successfully prove that your argument is going to be valid or follow valid syntax. You just didn't track that.
All right. So my closing is obviously my interlocutor Val. First, he tries to do this like very dishonest style of argumentation, which is just, oh, I deny like premises and following conclusions, and then obviously he gave that up once he realized he looked like really bad in the conversation. So then he moved on to, oh, how is this argument valid? Okay. And I mean, obviously, to anyone that reads this argument, it's in a side chat, by the way. If you read the argument and then you understand it, you'll obviously understand that it's valid. But I mean, obviously, it's not the case for this guy. He's like even below CH. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he actually has no clue how to track, and he also, oh my god, he needed me to repeat my question, even though he said, he was tracking the question. He was like, "Oh, I'm not obligated to answer. I'm not obligated to answer. What was your question?" Yeah, like obviously this guy just didn't remember my question. And by the way, my question was, does does something have to, or does an argument have to require a conditional in order to be valid? Which, I mean, obviously it doesn't. So pointing out that P1 isn't a conditional, like that doesn't therefore make it the case that it's not valid. Which I've even gone through just like asked like an AI. I didn't even like run anything with the AI before or anything. Ask the AI like is this valid?
Wait,
Just
Kiki,
see.
can I
And
concede to you?
obviously it's valid.
Can I concede to you so you can get a win? So you can put your name as like 1-0?
Of course, bro.
All right. Flo, do you want to give a verdict?
Yeah, Flo, who do you think won, man?
Oh no, bro.
I'm just giving it.
You said what?
Yo, Flo, do you want
Judge,
to
who
give a
won?
verdict?
Who won? Flo, who won?
All right, Kiki got a verdict. Oh, what's up, Flo?
Oh, never mind.
Yo.
It's not biased, not biased.
It's not biased, bro. It's not biased. It was
Can I
appeal to an AI, bro. I
Yeah.
told you the question.
On
in my
everyone's
closing
life, it's not biased. I
He
promise.
said incon. He said
How
incon.
is you not biased, bro?
He said
He
incon.
said NCon.
So no one.
Yo, Cap, can you add that to? Or I'll do it myself because I know Flo's not going to do it. So
Wait, Val, what topics do you debate? I want to debate you.
What? Wait, who's speaking? Wait, what?
THC. What topics do you debate? I want to debate you.
I don't know. You can just propose a top.
I don't believe that shit was in con though. Come on, that's lame.
All right. So,
Yeah, we can't
Val,
be serious, bro.
Val, do you debate like, um,
You said, do I debate what?
I don't really know. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure, but just give me a list of topics that you're willing to debate.
I don't have a list of topics. Just pick a topic, and I'll tell you if I do it.
Do you debate abortion?
Oh, what stance do you take?
That doesn't matter. What?
It depends on the stance that you take. Whether or not I'm going to debate you.
I'll just run the critique on your stance. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus
So,
Christ. You know what?
so
Okay, bro.
yeah. What do you hold to?
I'll just be an Eric there.
Air theorist. So is that going to lead you to the pro-choice or the pro-life conclusion?
You fucking retarded. That denies the dichotomy. It denies the.
So wait, when I asked
Why am I
you,
stuttering? It denies the dichotomy.
so look, when I'm wondering as to you debating abortion, you said that you do, or you at least implied that.
I
And
can
then
debate abortion and deny the dichotomy of the two
I said,
positions.
calm down,
What are you talking about?
calm down. I said I'll critique like your view on how you feel about abortion, and you didn't really like give me like a stance on abortion. So
Yeah, I feel that both the pro-life and the pro-choice positions are going to be systematically flawed, right?
systematically,
like, why are you so?
okay. Are you okay?
Oh my
are you
God.
are you holding to error theory type A or type B?
Type A.
Yeah, you can just give the argument for that.
Find a judge, nigga.
We can have fucking.
I mean,
We can have
Flo's
chaos.
judging. Yeah, Flo's my favorite judge in the
Bitch,
whole
we're
app.
about to get 1,000 inconclusives, bro. Yeah.
Wait, the thing is, right? Flo gave his actual verdict. They all started dicking him, and then he just said saying, like, he
No,
just
Flo
Yeah,
like,
doesn't.
that was
man,
for
I'll
sure
still
his
appeal
actual
to him.
verdict.
Right? I'll still appeal to him because like it's either I get an actual good judgment or I just don't get a judgment at all, which I'm fine with either.
Okay, yeah, just
Wait,
give
Kiki,
the
you're not 0-1. What do you mean?
It says like, oh well, when I typed it out, said I was 0-0, but I don't know, for some reason it says on like the what you typed out, it says I'm 0-1, and then he's 1-0. So I don't know.
That's weird. But, I mean,
Really?
At least on my screen.
Scribble just said that he beat Flo. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, wait. So yeah, Val. So we'll have Chaos judge if you agree to that, and I think Chaos is a pretty competent judge. I think Chaos.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, that's
Chaos.
cool. Okay, yeah,
Oh,
Chaos.
that's my E6 buddy. Sure.
That's really weird, considering like you're like a grown man. He's definitely not of age, but yeah.
Oh, you said I'm a grown man. What's the argument for that?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we'll just skip
Wait,
the minute.
Chaos, do you agree to judging? Like, what?
Yeah, he said yeah. Just
Yes.
don't be on that
Okay.
dishonest because I feel like Chaos, you robbed me off like if I full win last time. So yeah, don't be dishonest. So yeah, just give the argument in favor of like error theory. Type A.
All right. I'll just be defending Mackey's thesis. I'll try to hold some these. I'll just give it like informal format. Moral claims or moral utterances aim to purport or aim to ascribe certain stance independent normative facts. These facts do not exist. Therefore, all positive moral claims are going to be systematically false, which just entails that error theory is true. Trivially.
Hey, could you put this in the chat, please?
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't see like what's so wrong. You're just putting it in the chat.
Wait, hello? Wait, what happened?
He's putting the argument in the chat.
Oh, okay. Translating. ChatGPT. Yo, low key, bro. Jillian started crying when I got unbanned from Philosophoria. Low key.
Fine.
Wait, what?
Oral utterances.
I don't know. He doesn't like me for some.
Wait, when
Jillian? It's
calm
probably because
down,
you
calm
said
down.
you don't care if she gets stocks, bro.
Wait,
I'm not
moral
talking to you.
utterances.
You can listen to the
Yo,
argument. You can read the argument.
Okay, moral utterances aim
I'm not
to
talking
describe
to you.
certain stance independent normative acts that do not describe. Okay. Wait, I'm wondering as to why moral utterances aim to describe certain stance independent normative facts. If you have an argument for that. Nick, are you gonna answer my question? I'm wondering as to why moral utterances aim to describe certain stance independent normative facts. Nigga, are you
You
gonna
said
answer
what?
the
I was typing in chat.
Yeah,
What?
I'm wondering as to why moral utterances aim to ascribe certain stance independent normative facts.
Or we could just use an abductive case. I'll just run Apollo's argument. Pretty much, will just abductively be the case that moral claims which which are purported within a subject predicate relationship are going to ascribe these truth aptness or this truth apt facts about the world. Seemingly, we're just putting the semantic thesis of everything into question. Yeah, so there would just be truth apt being propositional by the abductive case, and the abductive case would just be due to conspiring over the relevant data that most, if not all, subject predicate relationships are going to be propositional or truth apt. Moral claims or moral utterances such as stealing is wrong or what do they call it, lying is bad, are going to behave or going to have this subject predicate relationship. Therefore, they're going to be truth apt. They're going to be propositional. And if that is the
Just tell me
case,
why the
then they will
syntactical
just aim to
structure.
describe. Yeah, it will just have to be.
Yeah, that's fine. Tell me why the syntactical structure is going to be the type of things that ground what's going to aim to describe. Yeah, tell me why the syntactical structure is going to be the type of things that.
What's syntactical structure?
Yeah, the structure that. Yeah, so wait, so you're saying that the structure.
I didn't follow. Like,
could you calm down? You're saying that the syntactical.
you know what syntax is?
Is he gonna are we gonna mute him or is he gonna keep interrupting me? Calm down. So you're saying that the syntactical structure is gonna be the type of thing that makes stuff propositional, and we see this in statements let's say it is raining. That seems to be a proposition. So if it follows the same structure of
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't listening to that. You don't have to repeat yourself.
Yeah, great optics. Okay, so you're saying that under syntactical structure of stuff in propositions it is raining or statements that it is raining is going to be what grounds it being propositional. You're saying that when we put this into a moral statement and induce the same syntactical structure, in most cases we see that this is just going to be something that ascribes certain stance independent normative facts. So I'm just wondering as to why the syntactical structure is going to be the type of thing that matters when it comes to finding or at least knowing what's going to be propositional.
This guy is so. Wait, do you know what a proposition is?
Yeah,
Can you define a proposition?
Yeah, something that has some truth with that. Yeah.
Okay, so how are you going to talk about truth happiness? Can you define truth happiness?
Something that is going to be true or false. Look, I just want you to answer my question. I know you don't have an answer or a response to my question.
Okay, so you're saying something that can be true or false. You're saying something that can be true or false. All right, what determines truth happiness? Real quick.
I'm not really. Okay, calm down. I'm not saying really how this responds to my question. I just really want you to.
I asked you another question.
So if these
just to make sure you understand, what determines truth happiness? Because you seem to be very confused.
If it's going to be true or false.
Are you fucking retarded? I asked you what determines whether or not something is going to be true. I said if it's going to be true or false. Are you fucking retarded?
I mean, if you're wondering,
what does it mean to say that? What does it mean to say that something has the ability of being true or false?
I know I know you're biting the optic bullet right now.
I'm not
but
buying any
calm down,
optic
calm
bullet.
down.
You have answered
Okay,
what I asked.
moderators. Okay, this is where we moderate and let me speak because I don't know why he keeps interrupting me.
You
Okay.
doesn't agree to moderation, bitch.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So look, Val. So I'm wondering as to what you're even asking there. And
I
look,
don't care what
if
you're
you're
wondering,
if you're
bro. I
wondering,
asked you this question very
look,
clearly.
calm down. If you're wondering for my theory of truth, I feel like this is a relevant index to like the
I
conversation.
don't care for your fucking theory of truth, you retard. I asked you a simple question.
If the question is what's going to be the type of thing that determines what's going to be true or false, that just seems to be like my theory of truth.
That's not what I fucking asked you. Jesus Christ. I asked you, since you're very confused again, because you're a fucking CH member, you're a fucking KG member rather. I asked you what determines the truth happiness of something, right? So what determines whether or not something has the capacity of being true or false, right? It's just going to be the existence of truth conditions, because obviously if these truth conditions exist, then they're just going to be true, trivially, right? Obviously, right? So when you're talking about something being false and talking about truth happiness, what determines whether or not this thing is going to be truth tapped in the sense that you could say it's false? And then what determines it not being truth tapped at all for you to say it's not going to be something that can even be deemed as false?
I'm not really seeing how my view on the matters when it comes to like
Okay,
critiquing.
retard. All right, so I'll just. Because there is no like truth maker that says, oh, there's nothing that exists that makes this thing false, or there is nothing that exists that makes this thing truth tapped, right? Because you're a fucking retard. What makes things truth tapped, or what determines the truth tappedness is going to be the formulaic structure or the structure of the
Yeah, that's
thing
what's that
that is
question.
being. Yeah, that's why
What's
we
that
have
question?
propositions. Propositions
That's
are
what's
going
that
to be
question.
statements that are truth. Oh my
That's
god,
what's that
fucking
question.
retard. Yeah, so
That's
I'll
what's
go
that
mute
question.
that. All right, so as I was
That's what's that
saying,
question.
it's going to be the fucking
Can we mute him?
it's going to
Okay,
be the
so
fucking formula. It's going to be the subject predicate relationship, right?
okay, yeah. So
Because
when I
truth
ask,
happiness is going to be because
calm
obviously there is no
down.
symmetry breaker between saying
That's
that the
question.
truth conditions don't
Question,
exist,
right?
or this thing is going to be false,
These
or this thing
questions.
is not going to be truth happens.
These
Aside
questions.
from what you're talking
Right?
about, right? It's
These
not going to
questions.
be question based because you couldn't give me a fucking answer for the question, right? Because you're so fucking confused. It's
Question.
lower tier, right? All right, so now that you've like sort of seem to grasp what I'm talking at here, right? Obviously these things are going to be.
Okay, look, I'll just speak now. So look, yeah, just mod. So look, if my question is why is syntactical structure going to be the type of things that make something propositional, and his response is that oh yeah, this is going to be how it is. Oh yeah, this is going to be how it is, and this is how we find propositions because yeah, this is going to be the structure. This is going to be the subject predicate relation. Yeah, that's what's that fucking question, retard. I don't know what you don't understand. So you can go ahead and justify why this is going to be the type of things that make us like lead to like propositions. So yeah, I don't know what you don't get. Like you question begging doesn't look good on you, and you calling me a retard and calling me all these like slurs for like 15 like minutes, it just doesn't look good on you. So you can just go ahead and answer the question and stop question begging. I'm wondering why this is going to be the case. I didn't tell you to restate what you said. I'm wondering why this is going to be the case. Okay, so you can go ahead and answer why this is going to be the case. So yeah, I'll just wait for you. Yeah. Why? Yo, Val, are you there, bro?
Holy shit, he's getting stun locked.
Yeah, I thought like Val was gonna be like a little bit better. Holy shit. I mean,
That's insane, bro. He got blown up by me and C. That's insane, bro.
he's gonna like leave like 3 minutes. Like that's just gonna be I just take that to be like an automatic concession. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, while he's gone, I'll just like explain it so like just y'all so we can like just grasp what he's trying to say. So the question at hand was just going to why syntactical structure and subject predicate relation is going to be what grounds propositions, and then as we clearly see, he went on to the spam slur. Now I have a response.
Okay, wait, I'm back. I
Yeah.
told the retard I was going to skip.
You want,
I actually
you
said
want me to ask the question again or what? Okay, I'll just
what
ask it
question?
again. Okay, so I'll just
If
like
it was what you were like
okay, so
talking
wait,
about
I'll
before,
just
I
explain what I'm
don't
saying.
know.
Okay, so look,
Well, I don't
I
really
was
care
saying
for
so
that.
look, so I asked you why the subject predicate relation is going to be the type of thing that makes statements propositional. Yeah, and then you just respond with, and I think everybody can attest that you just responded with, "Oh yeah, what's going to be what makes statements propositional? It's going to be the subject predicate relation." I'm wondering why.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. That is not close to what I said. All right, we can conclude, bro.
Stop.
We can conclude, bro. Like, I'm too busy for this shit. Like, I had to leave for a moment. Just get back to conclude because, like, I thought maybe you would be able to track after
Yeah,
I went in depth and I explained it to you, but like, you're
definitely,
very confused. You're very lost still. So,
definitely,
we can just conclude.
definitely. Yeah. So my closings is when my interlocutor got asked a question that what's going to be like the argument is why subject predicate relation is going to be what's going to be the type of things that make propositions. He just goes on to land me a series of questions that I'm just gonna flag. Doesn't matter because it seems that I'm asking him the question. I'm critiquing his view. So these questions or any how I answer is gonna be obviously irrelevant. And then he goes on to like just slur me out, not
Very
actually.
retarded, bro.
And then he goes on to interrupt me in my closings, right? So look, I'll just keep talking. So yeah, I'm wondering why this is gonna be the case. And then he just restates the subject predicate relation is gonna be the type of things that make propositions. That's what's at question. And yeah, it seems that him not being able to defend his view, just I think that grants me the win. I think I'm even more like intact to believing that moral error theory is just gonna be something that's not true. That's gonna be false. And I think yeah, just more intact into believing like that I won this debate. Yeah. And I'll concede the rest of my time to my interlocutor. Good debate, good debate.
All right. Pretty much. Okay. On how to explain to the retard, I told him that propositions are going to be defined by the subject predicate relationship because we talk about truth happiness. Obviously, we're not going to be saying that there is this sort of symmetry breaker between something that is false and something that is not truth apt with terms of like truth conditions, right? Because obviously you just be saying that truth conditions don't exist for both cases. So for you to say that something is false or something cannot even be true or false in the first place, it's obviously going to be this sort of conceptual relationship, right? It's going to be a conceptual entailment. Therefore, this conceptual entailment will just be within the proposition itself, right? That is why propositions are most normatively or colloquially defined by subject predicate relationships, obviously, right? But he's too retarded to track that. I told him that he could, in fact, give this sort of symmetry breaker if he held it being the case that there was a symmetry breaker, right? Because obviously, if truth conditions exist, you would be saying that it's true. You will not be saying that it's false if the truth conditions exist, right? But if the truth conditions don't exist, what makes you say that it's false as opposed to it being non-truth act, right? So I told him that for moral claims or moral utterances which have this subject predicate relationship, it would just conceptually be the case that they're going to be truth act due to the formula, right? He just didn't track that. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say because I have to go. Can't really speak for much longer, but I think I won.
All right, Judge, give verdict.
Holy fuck, my shit is lagging.
Yo,
Yeah,
Chaos,
I'll be
give
right back.
verdict.
Chaos giver. Son. Oh no, Chaos. I don't know if he can speak right now. Because he was typing in the chat. But just Chaos, just give the verdict. And
He can type it.
yeah, and then we can have one of the mods just put it in Debate Hub.
Yikes.
Son.
Do hit different though.
It's like an actual retard. Holy shit. I actually want like an explanation for the verdict. Yeah.
Wait, what was the proposition? Moral error theory?
Yeah. Well, he affirmed that it's untrue. According to this.
Moral error theory. Well, allow him to see or some more people gonna debate. JL Mackey. What other servers are you guys in?
Yo, Kylo.
What's up?
Yo, Axelity, I spoke with Axelity, by the way, about the discussion. He told me, first of all, he was not the one who kicked you and Cap. Second thing, he told me he was already discussing when you guys like joined the.
Bro, that's a bunch of coke, bro. Tell a nigga pull up debate me.
Yeah, he said it would be a waste of time debating you.
Yeah, it's a fucking dodge.
Yeah, I told him the same thing. I told him it would be a fucking dodge.
Literally.
Well, I think he will not engage with you. He said because he already discussed it with you and he destroyed your.
Right. Okay, Kiki versus Flo.
Yo, Kiki, debate Flo.